microphone here because we're about to be live on Twitch, and by about to be, I mean we probably are right now.
But are we?
Yeah, we are. We're live.
We better be.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm glad.
Let
I'm
me
so
take it.
glad that Trey is getting caught on stream. Jesus
Hello.
Christ.
And now I get to bother with an intro. Ladies and gentlemen and everyone else, welcome to the third episode of Limitbreaker Demodisc, a video game podcast where sometimes we don't talk about video games, and some of us may be intoxicated.
No.
Occasionally talk about video games.
I'm
So-
dying.
Tonight I am
there it
joined.
is, the video game reference of the night.
Tonight I am joined by Dean,
Hello.
Trey,
I'm the only not
Hey.
so.
and Kai.
Hi.
So
Everyone else is doing great.
I'm having
yeah,
a great time.
we're having a great time in here. It's a fantastic time. Now, I guess the proper introduction to this episode would be to say that we were trying our best to. Is that,
Wait, what? Oh, shit, no.
Did you-
My bad. I'm sorry. I actually am sorry. I thought I muted myself.
Holy shit.
you just mute yourself and hit the Taco Bell button just to hear it?
Well,
Hey.
when I'm making sure it works, I do. Okay.
Well, it works.
Note to self: the mute button on your headset does not mute the fucking thing.
No, it wouldn't. That's not how audio inputs work.
My bad.
So, for those of us who may remember once upon a time when we were a podcast known as The Gamer Zone, which was the
Oh,
world's
God.
third greatest Kurt Cobain conspiracy theory and video game podcast, we would often open up with a segment known as the Round Table, where we would all kind of talk about, stuff that we did over the past week and fun things like that. And we were going to do that last week, and then we just didn't. We spent the whole episode
Cookbook.
talking about video game
I
cookbooks.
tried.
You tried, but the video game cookbooks were too strong in the end. And the Roblox joke books, and the Fortnite joke books.
The Stinky Steve books.
Yeah, those two. All of them were too powerful for you and overwhelmed you, Dean. Yet this week, we're just doing a roundtable for the full episode because we can. And also because we can't do anything else.
Why are
You
you
sound like
talking to us
Batman.
like a tutorial?
Can you
man?
stop doing the voice?
Yeah, I was about to say. It's like I feel like I'm about to go on an adventure. Like you must
Got a
save
little
the
bit too into your
lands.
role, Andy.
You're like you're hurting yourself.
Do you have any potions? Maybe food?
My
No.
potions are too strong for you.
Oh, okay.
Good enough,
fine,
but
be
Peter
that way.
Molyneux is going to take you down.
But welcome to the podcast, everybody. It is a wonderful evening over here. A nice cold day with the first snowfall of the year. A perfect time to eat, drink, and be merry. And some of us may be, on step 2 of that and on our way to phase 3.
What is phase 3? What is phase 3?
Be merry.
Oh, so true.
Let me go buy an engagement ring.
That's not.
Something type of Mary.
So yeah, welcome to the show.
Good intro.
Yeah.
I love it.
We
You're getting
always
better
have
at
our best
bringing-
intros.
I'm so glad you had to bring up the gamer zone.
Me too.
The thing you want to dive at more than anything else, but you're the one keeping it alive.
It lives in my heart like a ghost possessing me.
It lives in my kidneys like a kidney stone.
Oh.
Wow.
I want
can't-
to
I can't
make a
get it
note
out.
for the stream that I'm the only sober one here.
I mean, I'm sober.
Hey,
I'm
Sober Dean.
high on
Literally,
life.
you were coughing up alcohol literally as the
I
stream
took
began,
one
Trey.
shot.
But apparently it was one shot too many for you.
Hey, it's Fireball. You don't understand. You don't. If anyone in the chat that has done Fireball knows, it will fuck you up the first or second time if you're not careful.
fucks me up every time. I don't know about you.
I don't know. I like it.
Hmm.
I don't drink alcohol that often, but when I do is usually like a cocktail. I'm not like the kind of person who can like just come home and crack open a beer. Like I'm not like that.
I don't like non-craft beers personally. Has never been my style, and I don't think it ever will be. Especially
Isn't it
stuff
craft
like
beer? Like what's a
what?
craft beer and different? Like how is that different?
So
Like does it?
I mean, it depends on the place you get it from and the style of it. Even it's not like every craft beer is good or anything. I'm not one of those guys, but like craft beer has a chance to taste good, whereas Bud Light is always just going to be piss water.
Yeah. I think the only beer I could drink is Michelob because it's so watered down.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the like super strong types either. It's got to be smooth, you know. Like if it's on nitrous or something, or actually the one a non craft type that I do like is Guinness is good. But uh yeah, otherwise I'm all in on cocktails. I used to work as a cocktail bartender and learned a few fun mixes from that, and ever since I have preached the word of the Jameson Giant Peach, which is a shot of Jameson, a shot of peach schnapps, and this is in a short glass with ice for the record. And then you fill the rest of that up with Sprite. Very good. Very simple to make. Very good.
Sprite. I
This
love
doesn't
Sprite.
sound like the round table.
I mean,
It can be.
Yeah, this is the intro prior to the round table. This is the prelude to madness.
This is the prelude to the prelude.
Prelude. You gotta be cultured, Trey.
Good car.
I'm from Alabama. I don't have to be shit.
Oh, okay, fine.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, I'm starting to feel it. So let's see. Let's check in at the chat real quick. Brianna is in the chat and says that her dad exclusively drinks Guinness, which cannot blame the man.
The stuff. Boingus, Stinky Steve, the stuff.
The Stoif.
I agree. I think when it comes to that, like, because I've been to like a couple of smaller parties, there's just like a counter with like just a bunch of random alcohols and like foods, and like that's what I consider the stuff. It's just I go over there, I grab whatever I see, and then I go back to like the couch or something.
The stuff.
The stuff. That is the stuff.
You did it. You found the stuff.
I've had Guinness before, and I was like, wow, this is just like beer. I don't like this. And I was like, all right, I'm getting rid of this. It's just I don't know, man. It's just I want to have a good time. I don't want to have to like drink piss water.
Yeah, I usually don't.
I mean, I've had you've drinking like this minor shit like Angry Orchards and those Jack.
Yeah, that's
Daniels.
mostly just like social and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
it's
I
like
hate
those
alcohol.
are nice. Those are nice to drink. I like those. I
It's
have the
not
green apple
good.
one. Those are really. I think that's my favorite. Is the green apple. No,
who the
no
hell are you?
femination. No femination.
What is going on? And what's going on this stream? That
We're
supposed to be talking
having a
about
good
soccer?
time. Having a good time.
We're
gonna
talking.
Yeah.
Are
So
you just in the chat?
the chat's pretty good right now. I mean, I if I was in the chat, I would be in the chat. I would look at the chat all the time and go into the
I'm
chat
talking
and
to
start.
the
Yeah,
chat
I would
right
I would
now.
talk in the chat with people in the chat.
Hey,
if I was
chat, you
there.
want to take my fucking place real quick? Yes.
I'm just gonna hook up a
There's a
TTS
lie.
while Dean is in the bathroom.
Nah, I lied.
Oh, he lied. He's a
Damn.
liar.
So like,
I just want chat to take my place. That's all.
honestly, like,
Terrible.
shut up. Stop
I can't.
it.
This is going to be really good in the VODs.
Mhm.
It is.
Can't
It
wait.
is. Which is why I'm going to very quickly. What was-
Whoever.
Let's see. There's an element I can copy that brings over the chat over to that other window.
The video game thing?
Yeah.
With the outdated.
I can still duplicate.
Oh my god.
I can duplicate the element somehow. Just need to remember how I'm doing that. Just copy element. Go over here. There we go. I mean, I gotta make it look presentable somehow.
I thought it just wasn't there.
And then I don't know how I'm making it look
Wow.
presentable. This layout wasn't designed with it in
Where's
mind.
our donate button?
But listen, we need the chat for now, so you know. Okay. It's been 10 minutes. That's the intro. Make the great box take up the chat. That's a good idea. Like I might genuinely do that if we're having an active chat on the regular. It was one of those things where
we barely put any thought into our background.
Well, it was one of those things where I didn't want to have a chat on screen because of all the episodes we had where there was like hardly anybody here. And it's like, that just kind of feels sad when you have a big empty space like that that's dedicated for chat, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I might just have like an alternate overlay set up where like once things start popping off, I just kind of hop over.
Make some cool UI shit to go
Games
over.
are not real. That is the only truth I've seen.
Yeah, but in the
Games
meantime,
are real. They're so
we're
real.
prepared. We're prepared, and I'm gonna go for another swig.
Yeah. You know what?
I thought you put it away.
I do. So I mentioned it a second ago, but like Happy Chaos got like he's being released. When's the update?
For Guilty Gear Strive.
Okay, so a second ago means before the stream, so no one actually knows we talked about it.
Yeah, that's
So,
fine. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about it now. But when is the update? It's like later this month, right? Or is it December?
Professional. I don't listen.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to look it up.
But I saw like I remember the trailer. He looks like he's gonna be bad, but like he's funny.
There's only two types of character trailers. One, they look fucking unplayable, your Go Lewis's and stuff, and other ones that they look stupid broken in. You know.
But so, anyways, roundtable. We're gonna start. We're gonna get going. Roundtable, okay? And we're gonna start with Trey. Trey can start with whatever he wants to talk about because I need a moment to formulate thoughts in my mind.
December 3rd. Wait, that's the same date the FF14 fucking.
Well, if you have the pass, you get them November 30th.
Oh.
So that's when it actually is released.
Oh, hell yeah.
But everyone else who just wants to buy them.
But, yeah, no, I don't know. The thing about V is that, like, I got work and then I come home and I do nothing. Right? So all of my interesting things I gotta talk about are from work. So, like, I guess I can start off with, like, it was not
Don't
too
limit
long
yourself to last week. You can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about.
A while ago, I think it was this past spring. It was like one of the more like calls I've been on where it was like serious. This guy was coming down a highway, and there was a hill, and he was going so fast that he Dukes of Hazzard up off of the hill, ejected himself out of the car, and landed himself in the middle of the highway while his car fucking flew headfirst into a Ashley Furniture home store.
Holy shit.
Right? And so we get there, and the guy's fine. He's just drunk, and he has a gash on his forehead. You know, there's a lot of blood. Right? So we're like, all right, well, we just need to get the helicopters. It's pretty bad. He ejected himself going 100 miles an hour. And we start to work on him, and he's fighting us the entire time. Literally, the two of the firemen just got on top of him so that he would stop fighting us. Jeez. And we were sitting there like that for 15 minutes trying to make sure he was ready for the helicopter medic to come down. And they drugged him up and shipped him off, and he left. And then I spent the next 30 minutes cleaning up the truck because there was blood everywhere. So if you think that's exciting, get into EMS. It's really funny. You work 24 hours a day.
Fucking shill, Trey.
And then on the flip side of that, I went out to this guy who had elephantitis.
What's that?
His balls were the size of a soccer ball.
Excuse
Whoa.
me.
He was wearing
I
gym
think this
shorts.
breaks TOS.
Yeah, I think that might break TOS.
And so we said, okay, let's go to the hospital. And then we took him to the hospital, and that was it.
Congrats. I'm so glad that's in my brain cavity.
So those are the two. That's the two sides to EMS. Is that and then that.
Like, oh my goodness.
So
That's a lot of video games you played.
I know, right? The only video game I play anymore is FF14, honestly.
And you
So
have
what have
nothing
you
to talk
done in
about.
Final Fantasy 14
Yeah.
lately, Trey?
Oh, a lot of
what-
crafting and gathering, like a lot.
So you're getting ready for Endwalker.
What's your
Yeah, well, for the most part, I'm ready for Endwalker. I just need to get my crafters up to 80. They're at 71 right now, which is 80 is max level for anyone who doesn't know. I already have my time off for the beta or whatever it's called. And so on release, me and another one of my friends we're going to pick up the two new jobs. He's going to pick up Reaper, I'm going to pick up Sage, and we're going to do some content to get to 71, and then we're going to run dungeons until we hit 80, and then we're going to do the story. He wants to get first level 90 Reaper, and I'm going to try to do the same thing with Sage. But it's really funny because I requested time off for Final Fantasy 14. I don't think I could do anything funnier, honestly. And also, I'm getting paid as PTO.
I'm getting my
Nice.
Trey getting owned
Good times.
compilation.
Congrats.
I don't know. FF14 is one of those games where I log in, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of shit that's designed to just waste your time because it's an RPG. But I don't care because I love it.
I think it's more of the MMO part, but
yeah, it's because like you talk about people who play WoW back when it was like didn't have all the controversy, and they're like, yeah, it takes up a lot of my time, but I love it. They loved it. They loved the Frozen King. They loved the lore and all that shit. It's like that same feeling.
I mean, I still love the lore of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
It's the only thing that really keeps me slightly looking in this direction.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't care about it anymore. After I figured out everything up until like the Burning Legion or one of the WoW update, is it the Crusade?
Burning Crusade.
Which came first, Burning Crusade or Legion?
Burning Crusade.
Okay, so everything up until the end of Legion. Once I learned about the end of Legion, I just kind of didn't care after that.
Valid. I mean,
because that was like the big bad guy was like the interstellar demons was like that was like
well, the old gods, yeah. Going a little bit into lore here, because like it's just like I think the only really thing stand out that I remember from Battle for Azeroth was the last old god getting kind of revealed.
Oh, that we didn't know about.
Well, we knew existed. Hearthstone showed us the design, but literally it did not appear, but was like theorized for so long. But now is an actual fight. The fourth and last old god.
Oh, okay.
First one being Cthulhu and an old expansion. Can't remember which one at the moment. Next one being I want to say Cataclysm. Anyway, it's a spooky one. Bunch of mouths. Third one being Pandaria, and the last one being Battle for Azeroth.
Okay, that's actually pretty neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All I did in WoW was I picked the Worgen. I was like, wow, this is disgusting, and then I switched to Night Elf, and I was like, wow, this is still disgusting, but a little more swallowable. And then I just like went through half of the Kalimdor area, and then my subscription ended, and I didn't play it anymore.
My take
Yeah,
on WoW is that I never played World of Warcraft. However, I did play Hearthstone, and let me tell you, brother, I loved Hearthstone, and I am still looking for something to scratch that itch. Like it's a
We could play.
genuinely
We could
fantastic
play,
card game. I
we could
have
play
not been.
the
Hmm?
Dota card game.
I would rather not.
that's a bit different.
Gwent.
That's also a
Colton
bit
has tried his
different.
best to get me into Gwent, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't enjoy it as much as Hearthstone.
I love how
Microsoft.
Gwent is also different from Witcher 3.
Yeah,
Microsoft Poker.
I mean,
I think you're running out of card games.
yeah, I do enjoy
I
poker,
am.
but this is a different realm, Trey.
Yeah. Hearthstone is a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
Just in general.
They're
I
actually
tried.
gone.
I tried to play it so many times, and I just sucked at it.
I was terrible
It'd
at
be
it, but
like
it didn't
that,
change the
yeah.
fact I had a fun time. Like the occasional bits where I won a match were like, wow, I'm actually getting better at this game.
Plus, like you pick up a Zoolock deck, and you just start winning for some reason.
Yeah, really.
I'm literally just throwing alligators and velociraptors at people. I don't know how I'm winning.
It's kind of ridiculous. There was a Fable themed knockoff of Hearthstone that when Lionhead Studios closed, this was a mini game that was in development while they were still at Microsoft. But they split off into their own company, got permission from Microsoft to release it and keep some money going to the old devs, called Fable Fortune. Then, unfortunately, it was shut down. And full disclosure here, I had received a press copy for the game before it released. But I can't remember exactly. There was like 2 mechanics that set it apart from Hearthstone, but otherwise it was a pretty direct clone. And it was really, really fun. Like, I feel like every single franchise that can just copy Hearthstone 1-to-1 and change out the franchise and the lore and stuff, go ahead and do it. Because Hearthstone is genius. Genuinely, like, probably the best trading card game ever made, and that includes physical ones that I'm throwing into this comparison too. It's very simple. It's very easy to get into and very fun.
I think it's fun. I don't think it's best. It has flaws.
I mean, all of them do, but
well, it has some pretty notable game-breaking flaws.
okay.
Mostly with synergies and stuff. When every time a new card pack gets released,
That's fair. That is entirely fair. Even before the Blizzard drama, I did hit a point where I like tapped out for a couple expansions and came back and was like, all right, I'm not going to enjoy this the same way I did.
Also, the very nature of the game is it's so random that there are just times where you can't do anything and you just lose.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Good day, sir. You lose.
Exactly. It's an interesting game. I haven't played it in years, so I don't know what the current fuck around is. I think the last time I played was during the Witchwood, and that had like infinite turns, like infinite actions per turn glitch or something like that. Or like,
oh man, that was a while.
It was a while.
They did a lot. So I think after Witchwood, I think after that set they did. What did they do? Fuck.
Who
Never
knows?
mind. I just remember Galakron release. And I really liked that. That was cool.
Yeah, the Galakron expansion was probably the best one, if I'm being honest with you.
And then after that, they added Demon Hunter, and everyone was flipping their shit.
Oh yeah, Demon Hunter.
Demon Hunter was fun, but like I think like in terms of the mechanics added by an expansion, the Galakron stuff was like probably the most fun I had with the game.
Galakron was so much. It was just cool.
Yeah,
It was so
Storm
tense
Rage.
watching your opponents get those like bonus when you summon Galakron cards ready, you know.
Yeah. I just thought they were cool to play. I mean, some of the decks were bad, but I didn't care. It was just cool. After the Legion, and then they did the where it was like a college. It was like a wizard college, and that was pretty interesting because they had dual class cards. So like you could be us. I think they did like one of the options was a mage and shaman, and so there were cards where a mage or a shaman could have the card in their deck.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
And then I forget what the third one was for that set. And then right now they're on the set after those three, which is like based more off of like lore, like WoW lore. Like the first one was the Horde, and then the second one was the Alliance. I don't know what the third one is. I think that's what they're on right now.
Huh.
But yeah.
Okay.
But it's pretty advanced now. It's like I know this one YouTuber I watch a lot. He does Hearthstone, and I haven't watched him in a while. I should probably go and look up some of his videos and see what's going on with the meta. But
Hearthstone is one of those games that like you just get this one creator like popping up in your recommended, and you just like watch them to go to sleep. You know,
he was this guy that he went from playing CS:GO to playing Overwatch to playing Hearthstone, which I think is
What
the
an
funniest.
awful descent.
I think that's the funniest like rotation of games to play.
yeah, the corruption arc.
It was really funny.
That's how do you go from CS:GO to Overwatch smoothly?
I
You
don't
don't.
know.
You don't.
He did,
I think
though.
you just don't.
He
You
did.
don't.
I think to this day he still gets people being like, "Where's the Overwatch videos?" And he literally hasn't made one in like years.
Okay. Do you guys remember when, of all the people to do it, out of the blue, like 2 years ago, Ninja stopped streaming Fortnite for like a week and started playing Final Fantasy 11, and his
I remember that.
yeah, his viewership dropped to like 10% of the regular, and it was like
Holy
Mhm.
shit.
it was
Why
super
did he play
funny.
FF11?
Because he wanted to.
Yeah.
I should play FF. Okay, speaking of FF11, I saw. I'm about to say a buzzword that you guys aren't gonna like, but I saw a Pro Jared video.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
FF11.
I bet you cheat on your wife, Trey.
I like how just saying his name was considered buzzword.
If you say Pro
But,
Jared 3 times,
he will appear.
yeah, he'll appear in your
Two
house
out
and
of
cheat on his
3.
wife again.
Yeah. But I watched one of his videos. It was FF11. He did FF11. I was like, wow, FF11 looks like it's
Okay, Trey said his name too many times. He's going robot mode.
Yeah, you said FF11 so much you started to resemble the internet connection at the time.
Damn. Yeah,
you went full robot.
The entire time I was watching the video, I just couldn't stop thinking about all that controversy a couple of years ago. I was like, I'm gonna stop watching this now. I
would say the mental image that
just
comes to
stopped
my mind
caring.
whenever I watch a Pro Jared video, it makes it impossible for me to watch one, but that's against Twitch TOS because of the things that I've seen on Twitter, so I'm gonna avoid talking about that right now.
Fairly sure Twitter is against Twitch TOS.
I remember like when it first happened, like he had an unkempt, unshaven
Let's
beard.
not talk about that.
Yeah, let's avoid discussing the
Like-
Keebler Elf's descent into madness real quick.
Yeah. I don't like to be
Instead,
reminded
I'm gonna take over. It's my turn on the round table now.
All right,
I'm the round table king.
Take it over.
I'm the knight of the round table. And so what I'm going to discuss is I'm going to get to talking about video games in a moment, but I'm going to open up this with a story that only Trey has been told so far, and I've been desperately waiting
yeah, the one
to
you
tell you guys on air.
holding from me.
Yeah. So it was 2 days ago, and I finished up closing up at work, and I walked down by the bar that's literally a building over from us because I thought I recognized one of the guys out there. I thought he was someone I used to work with. He wasn't, but he's irrelevant to the story. I was chatting with him just long enough to catch the real important part of the story, which is a guy in a pickup truck pulls up by the bar, okay? He rolls his window down and he's like, "Hey, do you guys want free ice water?"
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I had to lie, of course, because, I don't like lying, but I'm also not about to tell a random guy in a pickup truck outside of a bar at like 11 at night that I want free ice water. Even if I did want free ice water, I'm like, no, I'm good. And so he turns the light on in the cab of his truck, and he has, I kid you not, he has 50 small Arby's ice waters sitting in the passenger seat.
What?
Yeah. And so,
water.
Why?
And so I asked
He's
him,
thirsty.
I'm like, yeah, so I asked him, I'm like, do you work at Arby's? Because this is kind of weird, man. A little out there. And he's like, no, I don't work at Arby's. And I'm like, okay, then how did you get all this? He's like, no, so I went through the Arby's drive-thru and I asked them for 50 ice waters and they just gave them to me. I'm like, all right, cool, sure, cool. And then he's like, it's okay if you don't want these just because they're small, because McDonald's was giving out the big ones. And he starts pulling up drink carriers. He's got another 50 large ice waters from McDonald's.
This is further evidence that Ohio is just an SCP.
Yeah, you know, that honestly, that story reminds me of those tweets where it's like the ducks at the park are free. You can just take them home.
Yeah,
you know, like the
Arby's
the
Arby's
ice
and
water at
McDonald's
Arby's
were
is free.
were in sight.
This guy just went around every imaginable fast food place and asked for 50 ice water. And then was driving around all the bars in town to hand them out.
I thought you had to threaten out the Glock, but no, it's just some dudes like, you thirsty?
I would make some joke about them being laced with something. But I took one from him. Of course, the large one, you know, and he gave me a straw too. He had about 7,000 straws in that truck. And I immediately ran back to work.
Cleared out the stock.
Yeah. I immediately ran back to work because there were still some guys back there finishing up. Just to be like, you're not about to see what you're not about to believe what I just saw. Okay. And my buddy Lee is there, and I give him the rundown. You know, I tell him, and he's like, man, that's free ice water, and I'm thirsty. And you're an idiot for even having thought about turning that guy down. And I'm like, all right.
You can have it.
You can have it. And so I gave it to him, and it was not laced with anything. He was fine, to my surprise. So
I'm surprised.
This was just a good soul going around the town that I live in, giving away ice water to drunks. So...
so you've been targeted as a drunk.
I mean, I was standing outside of a bar, and the other two guys were pretty wasted, so, you know. The other two guys turned him down because it would interfere with their alcohol intake. I just got off work. I was sober.
The spiders in your yard are free. It's true, you know.
But so that's the Arby's water story that I will forever remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, that's like that's definitely...
That's like one of those stories that you expect something bad to happen, but it turns out the horror was just your imagination, and
the horror was just human interaction.
Yeah, no, yeah, I couldn't stand it.
That's definitely like a 1 a.m. story.
It was 11 p.m. shockingly.
I think,
and to make things worse, it was sleeting.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It was actively, like, risky to be outside.
Yeah, like, I just dealt with some weirdo giving away Arby's water in the back road outside of the bar, ran back to work, and then I just power walked home because I was like, this is weird enough for me. I don't need to see how things will get after I actually start drinking out here.
You got two choices: Arby's water from, like, Arby's frozen water, or frozen water from God. That's it.
He's just giving you ice for your drink. Calm down. Not that bad.
Free slushy, man.
Yeah. Is that the entire story? It's just like
that is the entire story. However, I do hope that I run into the Arby's waterman again.
Oh, you know what? That was it was a water nymph. It was just trying to give you the water.
The modern incarnation of a modern nymph, or a water nymph, is a redneck in a pickup truck.
Yep. Sure is.
Most natural beings.
Angels must blend in among humans.
Mm-hmm. You know what I found out? Someone had to tell me this, is that Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls was made for a movie.
Really?
Yes.
Which movie?
Were commissioned to make that song for a movie about an angel falling in love with a human.
Huh. I had no idea, but that...
The act of that is not uncommon.
Yeah, like... Did you see that, like, do you listen to Ghost at all?
No.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. You're missing out, man. They got commissioned to do a song for the new Halloween movie. And it's a really good song for what's apparently a really bad movie.
It was
Oh,
fun
I
in
can.
first, third, and fell fucking apart in everywhere else.
That's about in line with what I heard.
I liked it. It just wasn't as good as the first one. That's literally my opinion.
I can't.
I think
that last act was so bad. It dipped below
it
good average for me.
It wasn't the worst. I just hate
It
how
wasn't
it didn't
though.
make sense.
I will agree it's not the worst, but
So
damn, that
where
sucked.
did they play the ghost song? Was it just in the credits?
Probably. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
That's kind of what I expected. At the
I
very
can't
least,
remember.
I think if nothing else, we got a good song out of that movie, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
My favorite scene from that movie
Kind of a
wasn't even
meme
like
of a movie.
it wasn't even a scary bit. It was like they're in the hospital and they think they're about to go catch Michael Myers, and they pick up the mom, one of the doctors picks up the mom and throws her down the stairs. It's really funny.
Yeah,
it's like the
just
funniest fucking shit. Just some random doctor who took oath, swore under oath for to help people, just fucking picks up this woman and throws her down the stairs. It's hilarious.
Hey Trey.
What?
Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight.
Every time that phrase has been said, the movie drops 10 points in my brain.
And then there was the scene where the lady had that fucking deagle. It couldn't even shoot.
Oh yeah.
Michael at point
Oh my
blank.
gosh. Okay. Listen, stop listening if you want to see the movie for yourself, because this is my favorite kill in the entire movie. It's about halfway through, and it's not really a plot. But anyway, there's this lady who has a desert eagle, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to use this on Michael Myers. And after a bit of car shenanigans, she's the last one alive in there. And Michael Myers is the only one in the car that's alive. So she's out of the car, and she points. She's just missing all of these shots on Michael Myers. So it's like she finally aims one up close to Michael Myers. Michael opens the door and slaps the Desert Eagle at the same time she pulls the trigger. So the gun is pointed at her own face.
What?
Yes.
It actually happened.
He kicks the door open, and it hits the gun so hard.
Yeah,
it's
and she
so
blows
stupid.
her own brains out.
I do.
Stupid.
It's my favorite kill in the movie because it's the most ridiculous shit I've seen in a while.
I will say that I like how angry Michael is in that movie. He kills multiple children, if I remember correctly.
Definitely killed a young teenager.
Yeah, he at least killed one child, and you don't even in horror movies, you don't really see that too often. And they just did
it was off screen, but the body wasn't.
Yeah, the body was not.
Michael. I don't like how they changed Michael's motive, or interpreted Michael's motive. It's weird.
That they're making a third one, right? They're gonna do a time skip. Apparently, they're doing a time skip.
I didn't know about the time skip. I knew it was planned as a trilogy from the first of the
reboot
is a weird word to use. But
so they're making the third one. They're gonna time skip to current day, and they're going to include COVID-19 lockdown and everything. They're going to include it.
There's a Michael Myers kill where he just doesn't wear a mask.
Exactly.
I genuinely feel like John Carpenter only worked on the 2017 Michael Myers movie.
The only reason he worked on the 2017 one just because of an obligation, because he did the Thing remake. He helped out with I forget what year, but the Thing.
Wait,
the remake.
Yeah, I know he made the remake. He also made the original Halloween.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is the reason he did the 2017 reboot was out of obligation. He's been quoted, he said that's the only reason he did it.
Yeah. What does the Thing have to do with this?
He didn't want to make a trilogy. He just wanted to make the one movie.
No, yeah, the original idea of Halloween was just spooky shit.
Yeah.
But Halloween is kind of associated with Michael Myers and we already saw what happened if he went with his original idea. That's Night of the Witch, or whatever it was called.
They kind of just set themselves up for failure with the second movie. I'll be honest. So
it was not supposed to be about Michael Myers. It just happened to be the fucking spark, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we got enough Michael Myers movies to counteract that, so we're good.
Yeah, we sure do.
Hey guys, you ever want to look at the Halloween timeline?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I don't.
I don't remember.
really
there was
don't.
a full RLM
This is now
breakdown.
this is now the Halloween podcast. We talk
Yeah.
about the movie Halloween.
Yeah, and
I-
also the video
I-
game Nightmare on Elm Street for the
video
NES.
game. What about the NES Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I was literally what I was about to talk about. I seen AVGN talk about that shit.
I saw AVGN talk about the NES Nightmare on Elm Street, so you know.
Oh, both.
Damn.
Oh,
I never
man.
really watched AVGN.
I was
So now-
huge into AVGN for a
No.
while there as a teenager, and now I don't watch any of. I think he still does AVGN stuff, but I don't watch it. I appreciate the stuff he does as Cinemassacre, like him just talking about movies. Like that's the type of thing I'm
Mhm.
into, you know. Like just hearing
Yeah.
this guy, very, very, very passionate guy, especially when it comes to horror movies. Like, I don't know. I like hearing people who are passionate talk about the things that they're passionate about, you know?
Yeah.
So he's very good to listen to when it comes to movies. Have not cared about AVGN in a while, but I do appreciate
Oh,
that
yeah.
he keeps the character going.
Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny. Your stream has been
No.
taken down from Warner Brothers.
Not really. Not
What
really.
about who was like the other guy? Nostalgia Critic? I think that's what it was.
Oh my
There was
god.
Nostalgia
Yeah.
Critic, and then there was
Did you guys ever watch Nostalgia Critic?
thankfully
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
I did
Little
watch
bit.
I have.
Linkara for a bit and regretted every
Oh,
moment of it.
Linkara. Oh my god.
There's a really good Mega 64
Dang.
bit up that is just targeted towards Linkara.
Now,
There's a lot of
has
bits that
anyone
are like
else
that.
watched The Irate Gamer?
Oh, that's the one. That's the
a
one.
good one.
I couldn't think of his name. I was just like, he's just like Angry Game or something.
Angry
The Irate
Gamer.
Gamer.
Man.
Irate.
The Irate Gamer.
So,
The
just-
Irate
just-
Gamer will be forgotten in the sands of time.
I remember
just-
watching the Irate Gamer's review on Jaws, one of the video games, while I played Club Penguin as a kid.
Hell yeah.
It's a real thing. AVGN antivirus. Goddamn.
I just know that they made the Nostalgia Critic like fighting game. That was really fun.
Oh, the beat 'em up.
yeah, the
There was a beat 'em up for the Nostalgia Critic. I knew AVGN
Yes.
got a fighting
Yes.
game.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah,
The,
Nostalgia
you should
Critic
look
is
up,
bullshit
You should look
blazing.
Nostalgia Critic combos.
Yeah. Nostalgia Critic is bullshit blazing.
I can't wait for Nostalgia
Yes.
Critic to be added to Guilty Gear Strive.
I know.
Guilty
same.
Gear Strive next year, 2022, new DLC story.
Hey, Dean,
Hello.
how much Club Penguin did you play?
I played it a fuck ton when it was like height of its popularity.
I never touched Club Penguin.
What, could you not get your mom to
Wasn't it a
get the email?
Disney? It was.
It was a Disney.
I just never played it. I don't know, man.
It is.
I played
So,
Pop Tropica.
I'm looking for the
Pop Tropica,
real
I
OGs.
played
Who
Pop
played
Tropica also.
Toontown?
I played
Toontown.
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 I played the
played-
fuck out of Toontown.
I played Wizard 101.
I
I
also
played,
played Wizard
um,
101, and I agree
I-
that with you.
I
we've talked about
played
this on multiple
enough
occasions,
Wizard
it's good.
101 to be banned from playing Wizard 101 by my parents because they thought it was satanic.
Oh, that's funny. That you know what? I could totally see how that could happen.
I think you
Yeah.
should rebel against that by playing Wizard 101 with us sometime.
We should totally
I'm not
play.
playing
If I
Wizard
could-
101 again.
If
Come
I
on,
can
come on,
find,
let's play
all right,
Wizard
listen,
101.
if I could find my Steam login for that game, I would totally play it right now. On
I would be
God,
playing. Listen, Toontown. That shit slaps.
Toontown has a fan server that we could play on.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah, it
do a
does.
Toontown stream.
we
We
could.
could genuinely play Toontown.
Kai, have
We
you ever
might.
played
We
Toontown?
should.
Huh?
Have
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
played Toontown, Kai?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, we're playing Toontown, Kai. Not tonight,
Yeah.
another night. We're
Oh,
playing
shit.
Toontown.
Okay.
We're gonna
Very
find.
Limitbreaker is time traveling back to the 2000s. I'm gonna play PS2 games on stream while sober because I'll pretend I'm not old enough to
Pirate
drink.
King Online.
And
Oh.
Pirate. We'll play that. We'll play Ragnarok online as well,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll play
Okay.
Toontown. It's gonna
Okay.
happen. We're gonna have a 2000s week. I already do Metal Heart. I already do stuff that looks like it was supposed to show up on DeviantArt in the year 2003. And
Did you?
we're gonna do it. I'm gonna play PS2 games on stream and MMOs, and it's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be crazy.
funny.
We're gonna do all
Okay.
sorts of stuff.
Andy, and anyone like, do you remember all like the shitty Flash games you used to play when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
brother.
How
I
could we
know.
forget?
There was one that always sticks out in my mind that I loved playing. It was Potty Racers.
What?
Yo,
You would get
holy
into a
shit.
porta potty and you would like go down a hill and then you would like literally fly through the air and you would try to collect money so you can make a fucking airplane out of a porta potty. It was
What?
so much fun.
What?
I gotta
How did I
admit, I've
not
never
know
heard
about
that.
this?
No. It's hard as fuck. I've played the shit out of that.
It is so fun.
I've not heard
There
of
was
this.
that one. I love those games like that one. Learn to Fly 1, 2,
Yeah.
and 3.
I love that shit.
Shoot the Turtle or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Shoot the Turtle. That's fun.
Those things. Fucking, and then there's that side, those games, and then I love like the Papa's Cheeseria games.
Those were
All
good.
of the pop.
There was also that one
Papa's
where you were
games.
like a penguin trying to. It was some sort of not a racing game, but like a physics
It was Learn to
game.
Fly.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
Learn
yeah,
to
there was
Fly
Learn
had
to
a
Fly.
penguin.
That was Learn to Fly. I'm sorry,
You
my
were trying
bad.
to fly through the air.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time
that
he's
was
trying
super
to
good.
prove a Wikipedia article wrong. Next is because you broke your bones proving that Wikipedia article wrong.
Yeah.
You get revenge, and then you go to space.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Newgrounds, by the way.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Newgrounds.
For real. Still alive, by the way. Make an
It
account
is still
right now.
alive.
I bet.
I think Congregate's dead, but Newgrounds will outlive all imitators.
Yeah, I think the people behind like some of the Flash emulators are really big Newgrounds people, and
Yeah,
Newgrounds
yeah.
has their own
I know Newgrounds
player
is
in the
partially
site.
funding. What is it? What is it? Is it Flutter or something? That's
Something
a
like I can't remember
Flash to
exact.
HTML5 converter, more or less.
I can really find it if I look on newgrounds.com.
I
Look
remember
at the fucking chat right now.
I think the last
I can't feel my fingers.
Webkins. I forgot about Webkins. Fuck. Hold on, let me look this shit up. Is this what I think it is?
It's probably what you
Is
think
it like
is.
you just animals? It is. You just
Oh my
okay. So
gosh.
at the local Cracker Barrel, you go and you buy a stuffed animal plushie, and then you take it
I'll
home,
go
and there's
get
a
a
code
drink. I'll
on
be right back.
there's a code on the tag that like lets you log into a
What?
website, and you just have a pet, right? And that's it. it's just your pet.
I'm a member.
In a digital space.
You go to the Cracker Barrel.
Yes, it was the Cracker Barrel.
So how many Webkins did you buy at the Cracker Barrel, Trey?
So
Two.
I'm looking at a list of things you can get. You can get the bulldog, the chihuahua, the
Yes.
pug, the leopard, the
Yes.
bullfrog, the cocker spaniel, the hippo.
I had a Dalmatian and a German Shepherd.
There's also normal frog and tree frog. There's a couple
Hell
frogs
yeah.
in here.
Also, I think the last time I played a Flash game, it was
Snowman!
Papa's.
Okay, I need to
I
post
remember
this shit.
it was Papa's Cheeseria. It was me, you, Andy, and what's her name?
The gecko. What the hell?
Fuck, what's her name? I haven't talked to her in forever.
Well, I just look at Limitbreaker's private voiceless voice chat for those of us who are in the show, only to see
Was it-
Webkins posted all over the place. And I support this. I never own a Webkins, but I support Webkins posting. Personally,
That
my digital
seal
pet,
it looks like it's from Overlord 2.
Who was I don't know. Their Discord is Neo Ice Cream. I forget their name. I haven't talked to them.
Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren. Right. I have not
Previous
talked to
Gamer
them
Zone
in
regular.
forever. It was me, you, and Lauren, and you and Lauren were having like a very serious and emotional conversation, and the entire time I was playing Papa's Cheeseria. It was a really bad out of body experience.
Good.
You know what, Trey? I forgive
I remember you two finally realized I was in the call, and they were like, "Oh hey," you were like, "Oh hey," and I was like, "Hey, I've been playing Papa's Cheeseria this entire time," and you were just like, "Okay, cool. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know everything about our life now."
Welcome. Well, that was a pretty good. That was a pretty good. We only
We,
got
we
half of
talked
the
about
round
video
table.
games, Dean. Are you happy
I
now?
don't care.
Yeah, we only got half of the round table down, but
Okay,
pretty
Dean, it's
good.
your turn.
I-
What did you do this week that was cool and epic and for gamers?
Cool and epic. I've launched TF2 for the first time in a year.
On God.
Wow.
Do you want to
For
play
real.
TF2 later? I'll download
I
it.
can. We're gonna have to play on community servers because yeah, casual's still a hellfire pit.
Yeah, let me start
Um,
downloading it.
Yeah, fucking get that shit in. You know,
Fuck.
before you barely had enough internet to fucking speak, so now I'm gonna have to learn goddamn, you know, learn how to use the Telegram.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, TM Fortress 2. Been playing on the Uncletopia servers, the Uncle Dane community servers,
I
which are
didn't know you
really
were in a
good.
zone. That's cool.
Yeah, they're actually probably keeping TF2 alive.
I'd believe that.
Because it turns off all the shit we don't like, random crits, random bullet deviation, for weapons that don't need it. It has actual moderators to keep out the bots, the homophobes, and all that. You know,
Good.
actual
good,
mods.
Good.
And it's fun.
That's
'Cause
kind of the
it's-
most
it-
important part.
There's no add-ons. There's no ads. It's self-funded. Like, it's great, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's some in Frankfurt, Germany. There's some in England. There's some in like South America. Like,
This is starting to sound like Mr. Worldwide here. You know, he's got like servers.
well, I mean, it
all
started
wazoo.
off as just like US, but it's been over like maybe 2 years of owning one, like
Jeez.
owning it, and it's really blown the fuck up because it's the only way to play vanilla Team Fortress 2, like just the game, and Uncletopia is just so much fun. Like, and for me, it wasn't that hard because I just had to regress to pre-quick play, you know, back when it was only community servers.
Yeah.
Well, it's only the community server search thing, that little archaic Steam relic that's been unchanged for 11 years. Like, that thing, if you can get past that thing, you're good. But that's it. And you can just favorite any Uncle Dane server with good ping, and you're good.
That sounds
Like,
good to me.
For me and Trey, we live in Alabama, which is really close to their Atlanta servers. You know, so we can game with the Druids.
The Druids.
The Druids. The one and only.
You know, if I was playing Team Fortress 2 and a demo man that just looked like a tree walked up to me and hit me with an explosive sticky, I would be afraid.
Demo man. Okay, now here's a genuine question. When are we all playing MVM together?
That's a good question.
The 6-person PvE.
It's 6 people.
Kablamza.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got 4. We got 4. Kai,
The
Kai,
game's
you're playing,
free.
Kai, you're playing Team Fortress 2 with us, right?
Yeah.
I can
sure,
carry
why
with
not?
engineer, like, or anyone else can.
We just need to bring
It's
in
fucking great.
Jordan and maybe probably not Matt.
I think I can probably convince Grim.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
Potentially.
So we're all playing Team Fortress 2 and
Hi, Grim.
Toontown together.
At the same time, input shared.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I knew it.
It's beautiful. So beautiful.
But yeah, I genuinely think that TF2 has one of the best PvE cooperative game modes in any like shooter.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing it. It was a lot of fun.
But if we get people together to play NVM, I mean, I'm 100% down. That'll be fun. I miss
Small price to pay.
I miss
Yeah.
the olden days, you know. I miss playing Team Fortress 2 with the fellas and being
I will
terrible.
also
at
have
it.
to start building up on scrap to make everyone canteens so they can use their instant action abilities. Ooh, genius. Because I'm pretty sure y'all don't have those.
That
Nope.
probably do not. I have little bits and
I
pieces
still
of
don't
Team
have all the
Fortress 2
weapons.
stuff left around, but
That's fine. A weapon costs less than a cent.
I know. I just
how's
haven't.
the TF2 market doing nowadays?
So you ever seen the Mariana Trench?
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
The trading has not been good since 2013.
I figured as much. I know that the Crate Depression did a lot to the community.
That was like the final nail. It was the like keys have gotten so like Refine has dropped so much in price because they don't fucking think of anything to do with Refine other than making hats.
So you're
So
telling me that the earbuds are no longer worth $200?
I mean, earbuds are still worth what they are. It's just like
I remember thinking that the
refined
price
has
dropped a
dropped.
lot. Let me check.
Well, I mean, keys are a constant $249.
That's
That's the
wow. Yeah,
constant.
that's way lower than I remember. Wow.
Earbuds is like I want to say $5 to $10. No, Bill's hats is $5. But I think earbuds are about the same. But they're practically worthless now because usually, it's scrap trading's gone. The only trading really is unusual trading. But you had to have unusuals to trade them. You know?
Remember when this was back in 2013 when you told me this? But do people still do that thing where they do like rock paper scissors with emotes to determine trades?
Oh, you're talking about it's a type of gambling. I think it's still being done. Maybe I don't know. It's
I
mostly done
hope
for like giveaways.
I hope that the gamblers keep their spirit alive.
So this thing that Andy's referring to is spy crabbing.
Oh, that's what it's called.
So you get two people who give their bets into a third party, and they get up on the stage, and they both play spy with their disguise kit out, and they both hit the taunt button. And I believe it's the first to get the spy crab emote 3 times loses. So you want to keep throwing your cigarette butts at each other, and if you do a spy crab emote, which is a rare emote, you basically you lose a point. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's real. But yeah, Team Fortress 2. It's still a lot of fun. Too bad Team Fortress 2 Classic is currently not able to be downloaded.
Oh yeah, they like all the big
Valve did
TF2
some,
mods.
yeah,
Yeah, announced we've got a partnership with Valve and blah 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 blah. And it's
yeah.
been like 2 or 3 months and nothing has happened.
I don't actually know if you can still. I just assume you can't, but
No, I haven't seen
that's
anything
weird.
about it, so I mean, I would
Yeah.
know through you if something happened. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this was
We
supposed to be
better.
something huge, yet no.
Yeah. It's Valve time. It's only a bit faster than government time.
Only a bit
So
slower if
yeah.
you ask me, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. At least government time
Listen,
eventually happens.
a government administration that people kind of like lasts 8 years. Valve time takes 10 for anything to happen.
It took all of 2010, 2011 to 2021, practically.
Hey, remember when Valve
Well,
made video games? That was cool.
I don't. I only remember
Half-Life
Portal
Alex.
2. Actually, it should be Half-Life Alex. I got my fucking Valve Index sitting on the
Wait, you
floor
didn't
there.
finish it?
Because I just got so many other VR games.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. I like haven't
I'm
finished
mixing
most of my
like
Switch
I'm
games because
mixing
I got too many Switch
yeah.
games, so I get it.
Yeah, like I'm pretty decently into it, like 40% I think. Um yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's just
I love throw
I
the
like Beat
grenade.
Saber a really lot.
You know what? Beat Saber is probably the game I want to play on a VR headset the most. In part because I love rhythm games, and in part because you got to think of the exercise from rhythm games, man.
Oh, it gets you sweating.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
if you play Dragon Force.
I'm going to get back to playing Just Dance on my Wii for the sake of my exercise since my hip is nearly broken and I can't do much with my legs.
Wow.
I'm gonna be higher score in Just Dance 3 than all of you. I just
What
want
the
you to know.
fuck?
I'm gonna put
You
your
will
scores
never.
together.
I remember I played Just Dance 4, and it
You will
had that one
never.
song that was in Beetlejuice. It was like shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time.
I know
Oh,
what
it's a
song you're talking about. That's a good song,
fire
and I
song.
also definitely had higher score in that than you.
I bet I don't know. I was a fucking fat bastard.
Which means I definitely had a higher score in that than you.
Damn.
God,
Damn.
I need to. Talking about that, it made me realize that we have the Wii at work and we have Guitar Hero. I need to get Clone Hero. I just want it. I need it.
Okay, so my buddy Term has talked up Clone Hero for years and has done charts for it, and it's made me really think, I really should get like a controller that works with that for my PC. Because rhythm games are fun. Rhythm games are probably the best type of video game, let's be honest with ourselves. Especially the ones that
Ain't
let you
gonna
do
lie about
custom
that, yeah.
tracks. Like,
I love rhythm
infinite
games.
replayability, music you love, with beautiful charts that match up perfectly with the song sometimes. I mean,
It's
just
even
nothing
better
like
when
a
you're
good riff.
moderately good at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it feels so good to get good at that. Like when you hit like just an absurd riff, you're playing some like Dragon Force or Devin Townsend riff, and it's like you managed to
Slayer.
get that. Like, yeah, yes, Slayer.
That one, the Guitar Hero 3, like, was it Rain Blood? Let It Rain Blood or something like
That
that?
sounds like a Slayer song. You could
And
say
then
Yeah,
Blood
Raining
and
Blood.
Satan, and I'd
at
be
the
like,
at
oh
the
yeah, that's a
start,
Slayer
it was
song.
like, I remember I was playing it at the start. It's very simple, and then it immediately cuts into like the fucking hardest riff you could ever do. And I was
Yeah,
just like,
and that is the standard riff throughout the song.
yeah,
Like
I hate it.
What's our favorite Slayer song, everybody?
Raining Blood.
I don't listen to Slayer that often. So.
Me neither. I have no idea who's
Slayer by Slayer on the album Slayer.
Slayer
sure,
for
I'll
the
take it.
Xbox.
Slayer is my favorite Guilty Gear character, and he's named after the Halo mode, which is named after the band.
Slayer not getting added to
Slayer.
Strive.
Shut up.
I keep trying to play 1 on Guitar Hero 3. That's very difficult.
Hey Kai, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Hmm?
What have you done this week?
Dog. Forza Horizon 5. I'm gonna give a topic, and I'm just gonna give it to the chat. Cannot talk for this long right now.
It's
We hit
okay.
the hour
I'm
mark
like
anyway.
like
so-
We are
vibrating
at
out
the
of this
hour
dimension.
mark. So technically the
Kai's on a
stream's
different
over,
planet.
so I'm gonna try my damnedest. Forza Horizon 5, that's the game. Forza Horizon 5. Super good. That's all I gotta say.
Super good.
I'm kind of surprised that you play racing games.
Andy,
Well,
what was
I
that
mean-
racing game we played together?
We played Forza Horizon 4 together.
Ooh.
Oh, we did?
On
Yeah.
God, you
Yeah, we did.
motherfuckers are
You
playing.
like
racing
100% at
games?
Forza Horizon 4. I remember that.
Remember the ugly duckling?
Yes, I
From
do.
that
I
one game?
remember I was driving around some nice big muscle car, and Dean pulls up to me in this like little what was it? Was
It's like a 1940s like doodle bug or something.
Yeah, you pull up to me in that, just with a little yellow car with an ugly duckling.
Yeah, it was a yellow car that had the word cute on the front and quack on the back. Completely like bright yellow, banana yellow, and just like orange text saying cute quack. And I was the ugly duckling.
Dean-
the only racing game I'm ever gonna play is Need for Speed Carbon for the PS2.
You know what? That's a fair take, my friend. Trey, I think that Need for Speed Carbon for the PS2 is a very good video game, but you know what's an even better video game than that? Burnout Revenge for the Xbox 360, which is
What
the
about
best
Burnout
racing
Paradise?
game. Burnout Paradise is the second best racing game ever made. Burnout Revenge is this like I love Burnout Paradise. I love the open world and everything, but there's just something about Revenge that is just so tightly tuned, you know?
Yeah.
But Burnout Paradise is probably the most legendary of any of them. Like
I think Paradise. I like Paradise better because it's like you have your races and stuff you can do, but you can just fuck around.
Learning that you guys play racing games makes me feel the same as how when I found out that my nerdy ass roommate who was an extreme like fan for Kingdom Hearts loves football and plays football games and watches football.
We
Like,
play
that's the
practically
same
every
emotion.
game. Like,
listen, how do you not know that I love racing games? If I had a tattoo, it would say Forza Horizon.
I don't really bring it up because not many people I know like racing games.
You know, racing games are the thing that like no one talks about how much they love, but then you talk to people and you're like, "What's your favorite racing game?" And suddenly everyone in the room lights up and is like, "Oh, I love Burnout Bears. I love Burnout Revenge. I love Burnout."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "I love Forza. I love Gran Turismo." Everyone in the world, deep down, fucking loves racing games. Everyone just wants to get first place in a fucking racing game and then
It's like
immediately
rhythm
quit it
games.
and go over to Beat Saber and like
Yeah.
100%
It's the same
Slayer.
slot as rhythm games.
Kind of, yeah. For me, it's just like it's always been the PlayStation 2 like racing games and stuff like
The
Yeah.
that.
PS2 definitely had like the highest quantity of good racing games, I think.
Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't remember it because I was a dumbass kid that didn't know how to read. I mean, I still don't know how to read, but that's different.
I remember playing Need for Speed Carbon on my PS2 on my CRT, and I couldn't
Oh my
read the
God.
words. I had a CRT, motherfuckers.
I also had
And
a
I
CRT,
couldn't
and I'm like
read.
4 years older than you, Trey, and I could read. And I
It
played
was so
Sonic
tiny.
Unleashed, you stupid son of a bitch.
I played Sonic Unleashed.
Fuck
We all
you!
did. We all hate it here. I still have my original copy of Sonic Unleashed sitting in the other room.
Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii was the first video game that I beat with my own bought with my own money, and I will use it to beat Trey half to death.
I played it on the PS2.
Fuck you.
Did you play? You remember Tony Hawk's Underground?
Yes, I
Yeah.
I
do.
loved those games. I loved both of
Mhm.
those. Those were such good fucking skateboard games.
Skateboard. I think those Tony Hawk games is what got me into like racing games. Like-
Honestly, it fills the same slot.
It really does.
I remember liking Skate 2.
I think that
Yeah.
if racing games had tricks like skateboarding games, you would have the perfect video game right there.
Yeah,
Honestly.
genuinely.
I
And
mean,
then give it a
Mario
rhythm
Kart,
mode. Which
Mario
is audio
Kart
surf.
burns in hell.
Mario Kart
Die.
started doing that. They did you could push a button.
Well,
and
yeah,
do a
it has the
trick.
thing where you can get a boost if you get off the ground, but it's a
Also,
button press.
Never mind. I already lost my train of thought.
It's okay. My train of
Oh,
thought got run over already, and I'm.
Ugh.
How much of this? Oh shoot! In the span
Yeah,
of an hour,
negatives-
I've gone through like an entire one of these things. Oh, this is bad. Actually,
This is a good time to call our outro and how we are
I was
not.
about to
you need
think about the
pay-
outro, but I haven't finished my drink yet, so we can keep going.
We're gonna have to think about how the fact we are no condition to play video games after this stream right now.
Right,
I'm
like
not-
we can't do a post-stream video game stream, which means
Yeah,
that we can just
no-
talk about video games for a bit longer.
Yeah,
Who
no,
wants to
no
talk
video
about
games.
PlayStation 2 games?
All day, motherfucker, all day.
I think that the
We don't
best
got all day.
PlayStation 2 game is probably one you haven't heard of.
What?
PlayStation Home! Thank you, Myrid, in the chat for mentioning PlayStation Home, which Sony themselves forgot existed. Sony came up with PlayStation Home for the PlayStation 3, and I think, did it get ported to the PlayStation 4? Either way, it was cool. Then they forgot it ever existed, kept it in beta for its entire lifetime, and then shot it in the head in the back of the room. And it was like, you forgot about PlayStation Home. But I never forgot
Holy
about
shit, you were
PlayStation
fucked
Home.
up.
I never forgot about PlayStation Home.
I think my favorite PlayStation 2 game is. Okay, I'll say my favorite PlayStation 1 game was probably Spyro 2. I love Spyro 2.
That's a fair choice.
Very good.
My favorite
choice.
PlayStation.
PS2, I never had any oh fuck, this is the video
Spider-Man
game
2.
game. Yeah, I didn't have any of that. I had Bakugan, the fucking Sonic Unleashed. I had Tony Hawk's Underground for a little while. Well, I have Ice Age 2. I can see it on my
Ice
fucking
Age
thing.
2 Meltdown.
Yes.
Cool.
Like,
Is there
I didn't
an
really
Ice Age 2
have
racing game? I forget
I
how
think-
Ice Age
No,
2
but there's a
is.
Crash Bandicoot racing game.
Hell yes.
Yeah, but I'd say I like Bakugan a lot on the PS2. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. It was fun.
Yeah, I think we should call it because Andy is actively breaking down. So Andy, do
I'm
the
not
outro.
done with my drink yet. I think
Yeah, no,
that the
you
best,
are.
best PlayStation 1 game is
You
Castlevania
are
Symphony
fucked up.
of the Night.
Wow,
think
he
that
said
Alucard-
Castlevania. What a loser.
I think
Castlevania
Alucard
Symphony
is a
of the
cool
Night.
protagonist, and I think that
You are
Castlevania
actually
Symphony
stumbling over your words.
of the Night introduced the world to a new form of Castlevania, which was very
You
inspired
sound
by
like a
Metroid.
cartoon character.
And I think that Metroid is good and Castlevania is good, and Metroid Dread is a very good game that I should finish sometime. Jack and Daxter is also very good. Have you ever played Myrid in
Okay,
the chat? Have you ever
no.
played Daxter for the
Stop.
PlayStation Portable?
We got to end the stream.
Are we gonna play Monster Hunter Rise when it comes out for PC?
Yes.
Good.
We gotta
No.
end the stream.
All right, everyone. It's been
Thank you,
not
yeah.
good night. I think
Oh
it's
my
time for
goodness.
us to
I
call
think
I need
this
to
is
go
the
get a
best
bucket of
episode
water
that
for
we will
Andy.
never record, and I thank you all for your attendance and watching this. I'm
I'm
been
the only one here
drinking.
sober.
Next episode, I'm not
sober.
going to be doing
Oh yeah,
this.
you only had
Who
one.
in chat fucks with Blade?
That's a good question. I can't.
That's a movie,
I can't
isn't
end.
it?
I can't.
Nope.
Hit the stop streaming button.
I
Hit
can't
the
then
stop
stop
streaming.
streaming until we get an answer to who likes Blade.
Who likes Blade?
Okay, Myra likes Blade and the
Myra
fucking
likes
stream.
Blade. Okay, I can end the stream. Well, in that case, this is episode 3 of Limitbreaker Demodisc, which might be retroactively titled episode 2.5. I don't know, actually, but either way, next time we're
There
going to
will be
be
another week.
we're going to be more sober next time. I did this out of
No,
an
we're
act of
not.
solidarity, for the record. I didn't want people
Hit
to
the
be left
button.
alone. I got hit the button.
See
I
it?
can't.
On OBS, you see it bottom right?
No, it's not bottom right. It's in the top right, and I can't move my mouse. I'm gonna drink
What
some
do you
more.
mean you can't move your mouse?
Andy, hurry the fuck up! I gotta take a piss.
We have things to do.
Okay, and
It's
just
8
like that,
o'clock at night.
I'm about to click the end stream button. I love you all. Good night. I
Back
think
to
that
the
you're
round
all
table.
cool people.
Dance
Thank
whenever
you all
we're
very much
able.
for this. And now I'm going to click the button.
We
Good
got
night.
nuts if you want to.